What's up guys, it's Alek. Our Etsy shop has been open for 9 whole weeks now, and we've had some great weeks, some slower weeks, and we've run into a lot of issues. We've been slowly making progress towards our goal of $100,000, and I have a feeling that as we continue to upload more original designs, we're going to start seeing some explosive growth. This has been a super exciting journey so far. So today I'll do a quick recap of everything that's happened up until this point. Then I'm gonna jump into some listing tips and tricks that help me get up about 20 listings a day. And I'm even gonna give you a download link to some listing images that you can use in your own listings if you're following along. So for those of you who are new, we're using a dropshipping business model called print on demand, and we're selling those print on demand products on Etsy's marketplace. When we get an order off of Etsy, we're using Printify to connect us with a print facility that's going to take the item from that order, print the design on it, and ship it directly to the customer. We started out the challenge pretty strong by getting suspended from a technical glitch within our first week. From there, after uploading about 40 custom items, which is basically just a blank product with the word custom written on it, so that a customer can tell us what text they want printed on it, I was actually able to get my first sale within a week. By episode 3, we had made about $2,000. And by episode 5, we had done over $5,000 in sales. But a week after that, there was a huge disaster with a bunch of shipping issues and orders getting lost in the mail, and we ended up losing about 30 orders from it. So that was a huge setback. From there, I decided that instead of listing more custom items, I would focus on uploading original designs so that it's a much more passive income long term. I dove into how I'm making these designs in the past couple videos, so today I'm focusing on how to automate the process and how I'm getting about 20 listings up each day. Now, I'm actually out of town at the time of making this video, so I'm recording it a little bit early and we haven't seen a huge boost in sales, but I still did want to go over some exciting news. Now, all things considered, our lifetime revenue is actually pretty high. We're sitting at just under $6,000, and you can see that just this month we've done $540 so far, and today is just the 12th. You can also see right down here that I'm still not paying for any ads or driving any traffic with social media. So all of the traffic is coming directly from the Etsy app or within the Etsy search bar. This is because instead of focusing on running ads, my strategy is to just post more quality listings so that customers have a higher chance of finding my products. The other piece of super exciting news is we finally earned the Star Sellers badge. So essentially all this is just a little badge that shows up next to our listings that kind of entices customers to shop with us because it shows that we have quality service. You can see that some of these shops have the little badge right next to their listing, and it just says Star Seller. So this tells all of the customers that we always answer the messages, that we always get a 5-star rating, and that we're shipping our orders on time. It's basically just a little badge of reassurance to help customers want to make a purchase with us. Now, I did talk about always getting a 5-star review, but we actually did get our first 1-star review on the shop, which is a bummer, but let me explain what happened here. So back with all of those orders that had gotten lost in the mail around episode 6, there was one customer who requested a replacement shirt instead of a refund, which I ordered, and that one also got lost in the mail. Because of this and the order being express delivery, even though I refunded the customer, he was still super upset and he did end up leaving a 1-star review. So right here you can see that our average is 5 stars. We've gotten 48 5-star reviews, 1 4-star review, and then we have our single 1-star review, which sucks, but there isn't much I could do about it. I did refund the customer and did everything I could, but it just happened the way it did. So we earned this in January, and the badge will be applied in February, and hopefully we'll be able to keep it every single month so customers always know that we're providing great customer service. So here's the revenue from the past week that you can take a look at. We've done $28, $16, $50, $50. We had a day where we didn't even get a sale. But like I said, I am recording this a few days early, so we haven't seen a lot of new revenue coming in since the last video I made, because as of releasing this video, I'm actually in Boston. So hopefully when I come back from Boston, I will have crossed that $6,000 mark and we'll have a lot more sales to go over. Okay, so last week I showed you how to upload all of your designs to Printify super quickly. Today, I'm gonna show you how to add all of the little listing details in Etsy even faster. So I use a bulk editing software to edit all of my listings once they're published that's called Vela. I think it's called Vela. Anyway, to find this program, what you're gonna do is on your Etsy dashboard, you're gonna come right over here to the tab that says integrations. And once you click on the integrations and you scroll down, it should be right here. And I think that's how you say it, Vela. I'm not sure. But once you click on it, it is free for 7 days. And after those 7 days, it's $5 a month. You do not need the plus plan. The light plan works just fine. So it's about $5 a month. And to me, this is totally worth it. And I think you'll see why too. This is also not a sponsor. I just really like the software. So let me show you how to use it. All right, so if you missed the explanation in last week's video for how to handle the Printify side, I'm gonna do a super fast recap. Essentially, if we're uploading a bunch of pancake designs, all we're gonna do is come right here and hit the copy button. And then when this pops up, hit edit listing. From there, we're just gonna hit the edit design and delete the old design. And then I'm just going to pull up the new pancake design and I'm just gonna drag it on, okay? And we use Figma to design all of these. We're going to set it to 12 inches and then set it to around 3, maybe 4% down, right about there, and that looks great. We're gonna save the design. And then right here, all we're gonna do is we're just going to change the beginning keywords in the shirt. So this one says, pancakes are life shirt, okay? And this way, we don't have to go change all of these keywords over and over. They'll just stay the same keywords as long as we're uploading a bunch of pancake shirts or whatever type of shirts you're using. Now, I have not updated the description for this listing yet, but when you create the description, every time you copy the listing, it'll save all those details so you don't have to re-edit the description each time. So highly recommend doing that in Printify. And then it'll also save all the information about your colors. You want to make sure that you're setting the prices correctly inside Printify. And that way, each time you copy the listing, you don't have to re-enter all of these details. It's just set every time you make a new listing. You also want to make sure that it is showing all variants as available for purchase. That way, if something is out of stock when you publish it, people can still purchase it for when it's back in stock. The rest of the details you don't really have to worry about. And from there, you'll click Save as Draft. Now, after you have all of your designs ready, well, now we're ready to publish them to Etsy. So what we're gonna do is we're going to select all 5 of our designs and we're going to hit Publish, okay? And we're just going to hit Confirm. And now it's gonna take a second because it's gotta push all of those details to create a new listing in Etsy. The other great thing about publishing them directly from Printify is once someone orders one of these shirts, it'll get sent directly to Printify and it fulfills automatically. So it's essentially passive income once someone makes the purchase. Just about finished up. I think we have one more shirt to publish. And once this is ready, we can move on. Okay, great. So all 5 of our designs have been published to our Etsy store, so now we need to hop into Vela. Once you've integrated your Vela account and you've allowed access to your Etsy account and you sign up, you should have a free trial to use for at least a week. From here, I'm gonna have to blur out a bunch of the other stuff. Like I said, I don't want everybody copying my listings directly, but we're just going to hit refresh shop. And again, just keep in mind, this is after we've published the listings from Printify. Okay, so we've refreshed our shop. And now right at the top, we can see our 5 new listings right here. So all we're gonna do is we're gonna check all 5 listings and we're gonna come up here to the top and hit edit listings. Now from here, the first thing we wanna do is add some of our listing images. And this is where I'm gonna put the download link for the listing images that I'm giving to you if you wanna download them. You can find that in the description down below and use the same ones that I'm using in this video. Essentially, the listing images are pictures that help the customer know exactly what measurements each size are and what the colors of the shirt they're ordering look like. So I've made several here and I'm gonna leave links for the downloads down below in the description. So if you want to download these and use them in your own listings, you're welcome to do so. But I'm not responsible for anything that happens to your shop if you do use them. But I have created them and they are my originals, so go ahead and use them as you'd like. I've made a bunch of variations here, so you can pick whichever colors you want to sell and whichever fonts kind of fit your shop's feel the best. These are all colors that Monster Digital on Printify sell, so if you need more colors, you'll have to go make the color charts yourself, or you'll have to buy them from someone on Etsy. I'm going to be using these 2 listing images because I like how this one says best sellers. It kind of encourages customers to buy these colors, and it has this little size options so that the customers who are on the mobile app know to swipe to see the size options, because you'll get a lot of questions asking about the size options and where they can find all the sizing details. So that's why I'm using these two. Okay, but back in Vela, the very first thing that we're going to do is come right here to where it says add, and we're going to change this to replace. Now, what we can do from here is if we just get our color chart ready, we can just drag it right into the second spot. And then we can drag this, the sizing chart right into the third spot. Now I'm gonna have to zoom out a little bit here because there's an apply button, and you have to make sure you hit the apply button after all of the changes are made. But you can see that now we've gone in and we've edited all of the images all at once, just instantly. So you can see how quickly this can be done, even if you're doing like 50 listings at once. So I'll have a download link for these listing images that I'm using down in the description, so you don't have to go buy them somewhere online. But this function in Vela is worth the $5 alone, because this would take you something like half an hour in Etsy. Etsy's editing algorithm or editing software is just so slow. It's not worth using. I'd also really appreciate it if you'd hit the subscribe button and share this video with someone who you think might find value in it. Right now, we need to wait off on editing the first image, and I'll explain why in a second. But for now, we can move on to the tags section. Come to the tags section, and right here up at the top is where we're going to paste in our tags. So hopefully you've got all of your tags ready. I'm just going to copy mine using Control-C, and I'm gonna paste them right up at the top, and then I'm going to hit apply. And we actually have one more tag left. So I'm going to just write pancake, let's see, pancake teas. There we go. So there we go. We filled out all 13 tags all at once. And essentially what's happening is it's applying this top edit to every single listing that has a check mark. So if you had 50 listings and you only wanted to apply tags to half of them, you could uncheck the other half and hit apply, and it'll only apply those tags to the first 25. Okay, the next step is to come down here to the shipping settings, and you want to choose the shipping profile option. Now, hopefully you've created a standard shipping profile that you can apply all of your new items to, but in case you didn't, I'll put on screen my exact shipping settings, and you can copy them down if you'd like. But from here, we're just going to choose the shipping profile, and I hit Command F, and that brings up a kind of search, and we can just type in the name of my shipping profile, and this comes in really handy when you start coming up with a lot of shipping profiles, because Printify will create a brand new shipping profile for every single item that you post. So using the Command F, which is the just find on a page tool, it'll just find the shipping profile when you start typing in the name. And then choose that shipping profile, and again, make sure you hit apply so that it applies the changes to all of them. And then now we are essentially done. If you have a section that you want to put them in, so if you're selling t-shirts and mugs, you could separate them into sections. I'm not going to do that right now. You could also edit the description or the title if you needed to. But now let's just finish up the photos. So we're gonna come into the photo section, and I like to hit Command plus so that I can start seeing and I can kind of see what I'm doing. And Vela is kind of finicky with how they zoom in, but this is good enough. So it's still kind of blurry and we can't really see what we're doing. So just click off and go back to photos. And now you can see that we have a, it's at least a little bit more. Okay, and so hopefully you can see what the little design is, but it's going to match up with this shirt. And this is much easier on a full screen when you can zoom in all the way. But we're just going to drag in our design right there, and you can see it just places the design. So this one says, I love eating pancakes. All right, and then we're just going to keep scrolling down. Obviously, hopefully you'd have some more variety with your mockups and you wouldn't use just the exact same mockup every single time. Let's go right here and add that one in. Okay, great. Now let me zoom out so we can see what's going on right here. Okay, great. So you can just hit Command and then use plus and minus to zoom in and out of this web page. But from here, let me scroll this out so you can see there's no apply because we've just applied individual edits to each listing. So if we want to delete all of these other images, we can just reselect them and we can hit delete. And then we can choose all of the images that we want to delete. And let's delete that green one too. And we can hit apply. And now we just have really clean listings with the 3 images. Okay, that's already applied. And so now all we have to do is hit sync updates. And this is going to push out all of those updates at once. Now, the reason that I had you update this main image last is because each time you add an image to a listing individually, it will uncheck it from your selection, which means you have to reselect each listing when you go back to make more edits. So just do all of your bulk edits at the same time, just right off the bat, and then go back in and add individual mockups. You can see it's already done, and we only spent like 5 minutes or something doing this whole process. Okay, so I hope you can see how fast that is and how you can use this to get a ton of listings up. If you're slow right now, just work the process and rewatch this video if you have to. I've gotten the steps down to a T, so it's really the fastest way to do it. I hope this helps, and I'll see you next week with hopefully a more exciting update.